Howdy kids, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Let me get into a beer right away. Let's not mess around. Let's just get into a beer right away. What we have here is a Nelson Sauvin Pale Ale, made my buddy Brock Selleck, and what's turning out to be a fairly regular brew partner in Brock. So he made an all, I don't know if it's all Nelson, but it's, I think he bittered with Magnum and then it's all Nelson late. Cheers. It's the craziest hop. I've had a couple beers made with this hop. I think this one is probably one of the better ones I've ever had. This hop does a really crazy kind of white grape, white wine sort of thing in beers, and I'm not a wine guy at all, but I dig this beer a lot. It's really good, and the white wine thing is kind of uncanny. It's weird, but anyway, I'm not just gonna sit and yap about this beer. I'll yap about a bunch of other beers too. Did a little brew day this last weekend. I didn't shoot a lot of footage because it was fucking cold. I brewed outside on my little brew patio. Brock and I brewed, and 8 below 0 Fahrenheit on when we started heating sparge water, or strike water. So that's a little nuts. But no propane trouble. Actually, I was amazed how fast everything came up to temperature with the ambient, outdoor temperature being that cold. So that was cool. Brewed a chocolate stout. But it's probably either going to turn into a chocolate coconut stout or a chocolate mocha stout. Either it's going to get coconut or espresso. I haven't decided which yet. So I did manage to Janetsky this beer fairly bad, which in our circles is a time-tested term. And I don't know. My recipe was like 1058, 1060 is what I expected for an OG. I ended up at 1072, so overshot the gravity pretty hard. But everything tasted really good. The wort for this chocolate stout that I make always tastes awesome because it gets an 8-ounce, basically just an 8-ounce can of cocoa powder dumped straight in the boil at 5 minutes. So the wort that comes out, after it's chilled and stuff, is so chocolatey, it's crazy. A lot of that ferments out, which is sort of sad, but it settles out too, I'm sure. But you really get that nice dark chocolate note that kind of carries through. So that every brew day actually was super smooth for as cold as it was. I'm kind of lucky the way I'm set up now. Being able to bring the pot inside and chill everything inside, so I don't have to mess with, outdoor spigots and water hoses outside, because everything would have been frozen like right now, as cold as it was. And it's not any warmer now. It's the high today. The highest I've seen it today is -3. So we'll see. I'd like to brew again this next weekend, but it's got to get a little warmer because it's just not. It's not that great to be standing outside throwing hops and stuff in a boil when it's cold enough to freeze your nuts. So I threw that beer in just on some US-04, threw it in the fermentation chamber, and let me show you what happened. Okay, here we are Monday, about 20 hours post yeast pitch. I come down, think, oh, I'll just check the beer. Someone murdered my beer inside my kegerator. I figured, for some reason, that sucks. I figured I would put an airlock on it overnight, and I would just come down this morning and throw the blow-off tube on it. And I did. I came down about 4 hours ago, and there was a little bit of krausen on top, maybe 3 inches. Nothing crazy. This is like 2 hours later, and it is batshit everywhere. So I guess I spend my lunch hour cleaning, and then we'll put a blow off tube on because that's what smart brewers do. Evidently, I'm not smart. Okay, and with that, we're going to hope that all the horrible yeast explosions are done for the week. I pretty much think, I haven't taken any readings, but I pretty much think that beer is fermented almost all the way out after 3 days. That SO4 was just kicking ass for those 3 days. So I'm going to raise the temperature a couple degrees a day, probably through the weekend, get it up to like 72-ish, make sure everything kind of cleans out, and get a nice clean stouty template for the chocolate to play on, and we'll have to decide if it's going to get espresso or coconut. I guess you guys will have to come along for the ride for that, because I don't know what's going to happen to it yet. Hope you guys enjoyed the new vocabulary words. Janetsky is a thing that I think the entire homebrew community should use because it makes perfect sense. And if you ever met Dan Janetsky, it would make perfect sense why the term Janetsky means just completely overshot your gravities. So anyway, kids, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Here's one more term for you on the way out. Yandu. That's a wonderful beer. Cheers, kids.